Hey guys, it is Coach, and we are live, coming to everybody here from Cali Valley. Going a little sideways here. Today I was out, and for some of you that know this, I humbly say this. I just got accepted into a program called Rise, and it's a I don't know how you can even describe it. It's a program that is ministry program, part of that we're running out of our church here. And today we had our first assignment today with our street ministry. And so every Saturday we have to go out evangelizing the street. It's something that, and I look back at this over the past 30 years, and I'm like, man, this I've been doing this all my life. It's just I wasn't sharing His word. And it just came naturally to me, and for some of you that don't know, and again, I humbly say this, it's all Him. Where do you sign up to coach 70,000 players in your lifetime, hockey players in your lifetime? And that's, what I was blessed with by Him. And, so, I've been evangelizing to kids, the discipline, the core values, how to be good citizens. I've been evangelizing all that all my life. For over 3 decades now, and but it just wasn't, it wasn't in alignment completely, because there's a lot in alignment there, but it wasn't completely in alignment with like the scriptures and the word. But there are a lot of the same principles, crossed over. So, this evangelizing, when I came down here, I didn't even really know what evangelizing was, and what He's done is He's blessed me with all these different spiritual elders. And He's surrounded me with them. And, we went, the first time I went out street evangelizing, I went out with Mama T, who I serve under, Prophetess Taryn Tarver. And I went out with her auntie, her real auntie, Gwendolyn Mason. We went out, and it was easy, right? I've been doing it all my life. And, I learned a lot from her. She learned a lot from me. She'd been ministering for 20 years. And basically what I took was, what I had applied into my sports athletic world, and then the business world. And it was natural. It was natural. So today, we were out today, and there's all ages in our class. And you know what, I went out with a girl. Her name was Griselle. She's in my group, and a young girl. She's in her 20s, and she's actually from here. And she asked me, "Have you ever done this before?" And I go, "All the time." And I've been doing it over 3 decades. And so I said, shadow me, because she didn't really know what to expect, what to do, that kind of stuff. So I said, shadow me. And what does shadow me mean? Means basically it's that. It's like mentor. You're going to mentor and just watch. And then after each time that we call this an encounter, and I'm going to lay this all out, basically, I would circle back with her, and I would talk, and I explained to her exactly what happened in that situation, how I pivoted, adapted, and all the way through. So get your pen and pads out here, guys, because I'm going to be dropping you guys lots of nuggets. And it doesn't matter what level that you are at, whether you are a newbie at evangelizing, or if you're an experienced veteran, you've been doing it forever. I'll guarantee that you're going to pick up at least one nugget here. And if you pick up one nugget by listening to this, guys, it's one more that you can bring doing His work. First thing you need, okay? And this was downloaded to me when I first went out ministering, evangelizing. Was our Father told me, they're like, "Coach, you can't lose anybody. You got to make sure that you make contact with everybody, you get contact information." And so, when I went out, not everybody's going to have a cell phone, not everyone's going to have a phone number, not everyone's going to have social media, not everyone's going to have an email, but everybody's going to have one of them. And the whole thing is, if they don't have one, you're going to show them how to set up that one. Okay, and then I show them how to access their email and stuff like that. So you know what it is. You listen, and that's the first thing that you want to make sure. You want to make sure you get what's called the contact mapping app. The first 10 people you put in that contact mapping app, guys, is free. And then afterwards, I think you pay $6 a month for that contact mapping app. And that was the one thing that our Father told me when I started, street ministering, is you don't lose them. You put them there, and what I like about the contact mapping app is you can circle back and you set it up on notifications where you make contact with the people, 7 days after you meet them, 14 days you set it up, and what I do in there, and I'll put like, one word, 2 words, maybe it's a sentence, how we met. So, today we were evangelizing at Marshall's, the department store. And so that's what I would do. I met a girl named Wendy, and that's what I would, I'd put Wendy into the contact mapping app, cashier at Marshall's. And then again, I'll circle back there in 1 week again to make contact with her. So, that's the key there, is not losing any people. And basically, they're, well, what are they? They're customers of his, right? That's basically what they are. They're customers of his. They're his children. And so, if you're out evangelizing, you want to bring more souls back in alignment with him, that's what you got to make sure, is you have to make sure that we don't lose contact. So first things first, install the contact mapping app, everybody. Secondly, now when you're out, you have to understand something, that people can't feel pressure. They can't feel that you're desperate, and the whole thing is when you're introducing yourself to people, lower the tone of your voice, lead with love, talk with the eyes, and I'll use an example here. I went up to one of the ladies today that I met at Marshall's, and I asked her, did she grow up here? Is she from here? And she'll share her story, and if the person maybe came from from Mexico or whatever, you congratulate them. The whole thing is you're listening. But the first thing is you ask them that question, to bring down the walls, to show trust, and then I'll come back with I'm Canadian, and so again you get a conversation going, and that's the whole thing, is you're going back and forth, and what you're doing is, we call this relationship building. Okay, so relationship building with the people, and then what did I do today? I basically said to one of the ladies, have you ever heard of Prophet Lovey? Right? Have you ever heard of Prophet Lovey, or have you ever heard of Revelation Church? And two of the women today said yes. One of them was like really excited. Yeah, I've been wanting to go, but the lineups and work and stuff like that. And so what was great is I had my business card ready, and what I do is I have them first. I let them know, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. And the last name is Lovey. Spell the word love, but put a Y there instead of the E. That's what I tell them. And put in Prophet Lovey, and just watch. And I make sure that they get a card. First time, if you feel it's appropriate, then you can hand me your phone and go, hey, are you on social media? I've got some information that I want to send you. I'll send you a schedule. And if you feel that's appropriate, not pushing, go ahead. But every scenario, guys, is different. And that's the key, is you have to meet people where they're at, and you got to listen. So so when you're evangelizing, guys, it's making sure that you're connecting, staying connected, and I'll tell you this from experience. It's 4 to 6 touches. We call that encounters. So today I had the first encounter with one guy, one gentleman, and two women. That was the first encounter. And generally, when you are getting people to a service or to a church, whether it's online or whether it's Revelation Church, whether it's with Lifeline TNT or with Prophet Lovey, what you're doing first, guys, is it's going to be 4 to 6. It's going to be 4 to 6 encounters generally before you're going to get them there. Yeah, there's going to be the rare, I was the first time. I was so interested, and I was just starving for it. And I was one of the rare that was like, yeah, I want to come. And there was objection for me going, but I fought my way to go. And lo and behold, that was him that was fighting for me to get in there. And when I went in there, I was like, wow, what is this? And it just blew me away. So, that's the big thing, is it's listening, when you're evangelizing, it's listening where people are, meeting them where they are. And if they're newer, what people would refer to as a baby Christian, we're affiliated with Pastor Sharonda Forte's online ministry, the Biblical Butterfly Effect, and I love it. I love that as a starting point for people, that if that they're brand new, or maybe they just want to take a little glimpse into seeing what Jesus is all about. It's a great starting point, because most of her services, guys, are 60 minutes to 75 minutes. And, you want them starting off at their level, and that's a perfect starting spot for people that have never been exposed like me. I was never exposed to Christianity. So, that's something that I would recommend, is starting people off there. And as they mature and as they start craving the Word, craving the Word, and as they want to learn more, that's when you introduce them, to Prophetess Taryn Tarver and Prophet Lovey on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and meet them at their level, because we know, those services, guys, are going to be 4 to 5 hours long, and I could go, I go to 7 different services a week, 4 at that length every single week, and I just crave it. I absolutely crave it. I mean, I've been a business guy all my life, and guys, and that Bible is the best business book in the entire world. Everything should have the bibliography coming from the Bible, because it doesn't matter what scripture that what key point, guys, that any of my business coaches are learning, you can trace it all the way back to a lot of different scriptures there. So, I mean, that Bible is the best business book that I've ever picked up in my entire life. And, evangelizing, guys, meet people where they're at. Remember, it's 4 to 6 encounters, okay? Lead with your eyes, lower your voice. Here's the other one here, guys, which is, I find this really, really important. I was teaching this to the girl that that was shadowing me today. You want to take the walls down. So, I was introducing, Christianity, evangelizing with 2 women right off the start. And, the first thing that I'll always bring in there, no matter if you do or you don't, you let them know that, like I said to Griselle, if you're ministering to a guy, let the guy know, that you'll meet him at church, and you can't wait to introduce him to your boyfriend, right? And so the whole thing is you put a wall around you, a layer of protection around you, and we call that bringing in the running mate. So you want to take that down. So if I'm ministering or evangelizing to a female, I let them know that, hey, you know what, you're going to meet my Revelation sisters when you come on in there. We'll all sit together and you'll love it. It'll be a hoot, So again, you put that, or you say you can't wait for them to meet your wife. So you put that layer of protection around you, so they understand that really and truly, it's His glory. You're not going there to meet someone, to date somebody, or a pickup line, right? You're not going there in the carnal sense. You're going there with pure intentions to do His work first. And so we call that the running mate. And so it's just a layer of protection. And so, this is all stuff, guys, that, I've been utilizing all my life, ministering, to parents. That's 140,000 parents, 70,000 kids that I was able to work with, sharing His word. So why does this come so easy? And then, we brought it into the business world where now, again, I humbly say this, it's all Him. I work with 7,000 different men and women throughout, 35, 40 countries around the world now. And these are just little key principles that, we've taken from the business world, the athletic world, and we've adapted it, into evangelizing in the church. So I hope you got value out of this. I know you got value out of this. I know you got value out of this, because there's, the guys, contact mapping app right off the start. And this is what I said too to the girl that I was with today. I like going out just after supper. And because people, they're hungry, and where are you going to find them? A lot of them you're going to find, guys, in the back lanes, the back alleys, when the different restaurants are throwing out food because they're looking for their meal or meals for the day. And so literally, I recommend that, not so much when it's dark out, but just around supper time, and that's where you're going to find a lot of people that are distraught because they're hungry. And so when I'm doing a lot of street ministry, that's where I am. And this is the last key point I want to make sure we talk about here. Myself and Auntie Gwen, when we were out ministering, she's a female, obviously. You want to make sure, A, you're always in twos. B, if you're going into an area that, how do I even say this? If you're going into an area, guys, that could be a little bit off. Okay, I guess that's the most politically best way to say it. And I do. Because that's where you're going to find a lot of times people that need you the most, especially with the substance abuse and everything like that, or people that are just completely down and out. So if you're going into an area that is a little off, make sure that you're going in twos. And B, me and Auntie Gwen, we talked about this too. Make sure if you're a female that you've got a guy, you're going with a guy, or in groups of 3 and there's a guy there too as well. So, you always want to make sure it's safe. Yeah, sure, you're on his team and sure you're protected. But you know what I mean, when you're dealing with people that have addictions and stuff like that, you want to make sure that you've got that extra layer of protection. That's just being wise. That's being wise to be safe. You do this, guys, to pay forward the blessing and the wisdom that's been downloaded to you, to share how being on the greatest team in the world you know, walking with Jesus, how great that team is. And you want to make sure that, you know, doing his work, that you also make sure you keep in mind that you want to make sure you're safe too as well. So, you know what, I covered lots of points there. I know you found value in this, guys. If I can, if there's anything else that I can help you with, guys, drop, you know, private message me or drop a heart into the comments here, guys. And you know what, I mean, this whole walk for me, it's only 9 months long, but again, you know, and I humbly say this, I mean, he surrounded me with coaches after coaches after coaches, and he's still doing it right now. And you know, that wealth of information that's coming to me, and I know, because he's using me as that vessel, there's a lot here, guys, that I'm paying for, that I can offer you, so that you know, we can that you have well, I'm going to use this word, conversions. Okay, it's a word we use in business, conversions. And what are we converting people to? We're converting people to dating Jesus and walking in Jesus and bringing more souls in alignment there, guys. And so that's what this is all about. This is all about sharing the love, leading with you know, pure intentions, and you know, leading with love, and just being calm with people and being genuine. And I'd recommend, guys, you know, I'd recommend having cards made up. You know, you can call yourself whatever you want, and contact number, because that's the whole thing, is you have to make sure that we're not losing these people, you know, and that's what that contact mapping app is so important. I mean, you want to make sure you're getting an email, a phone number, you know, whether it's social media, and circle back. It might mean, you know, bringing them to an online ministry like the Biblical Butterfly Effect. It might mean, you know, them meeting you in line at Revelation Church. It might mean them meeting you at Harvest Celebration. It might mean you showing them where there's a church that's near them, you know. So I mean, it's meeting them where they're at, but always keeping contact and relationship building, and you know what, just loving up completely on everybody that crosses your path. And you know, and by them crossing your path, I mean, that's him that's done that. He's aligned them to be with you. And so since you're, you know, Oracle sharing his word, and he has you being that vessel, you know, follow through and do you know, do the job that he expects out of you. You know, your dad wants you to do a good job, you know, and when you do a good job, guys, you get that paid forward tenfold to yourself. So a lot of value here, guys. I'm going to drop this. This is in my personal Facebook. I'm going to drop the copy too as well into the YouTube, guys. And I'm Kingdom Coach Mike, guys. And you got questions, reach out to me, or drop a heart in the comment here, and I'll reach back out to you, guys. I'm here to serve each and every one of you, guys. You can also subscribe. There's lots of coaching videos, guys. I think I've dropped about 20 there in the last 2 weeks. You can subscribe to my my YouTube channel, guys. It is Kingdom Coach Mike. Everybody, create an amazing rest of the day. Many blessings.